With Ninjago ended, a lot of fans are in tears. I know how you feel, guys. When my favorite LEGO theme, Adventurers, was cancelled, I felt the same way. But Johnny Thunder still lives because of the people who write about him. And trust me, I do not think the ninja are in any danger of losing fans who write stories about them. The trick to writing good fan fiction? Being able to back up what you're writing using things from the series, real-life information, and your own experiences. So here's me, Scarheart, divided into LEGO knowledge, creative side, and researcher, here to show you what I've applied in my own fanfictions, and to give you Ninjago fans out there some ideas on where you can start writing. Okay, here's another episode I'm sure you guys knew were coming if you know me. Analyzing a character's past to understand his or her personality. This is the third and my personal favorite of the three aspects to perfect character portrayal in a fanfiction. Take it from someone who's had it rough. People's pasts help define who they are. Characters are proven not to be an exception. I've already mentioned in episode 3 a few examples of tragedy in characters' pasts, but their triumphs are also important. Take for example Misako's past. She obviously had a very deep and loving relationship with Lord Garmadon in order to not only mother Lloyd, but to still be able to reach Lord Garmadon through the Great Devourers and the Overlord's influence. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about what all the ninjas have been through before becoming a ninja. Honestly, with a few exceptions, Ninjago provides a pretty accurate amount of information in the show itself. But I'll be referencing a lot. Spoiler alert. So, how does the past affect a character? Our past experiences help us determine a number of factors about a person. This isn't just speculation. If you look at statistical facts, certain pasts tend to lead towards certain personality traits. People who are from an abusive family, for example, tend to be more angry or withdrawn, while a more supportive family, on the other hand, tend to grow more social and happy people. Obviously, this is a pretty broad example, but my basic point is the past teaches us how to act, and those lessons can be for the better or for the worse. Take Kai, for example. Kai is presumably an orphan. His father is talked about in past tense, and his mother is never mentioned. He does have a sister, though. Although their ages are never mentioned, most fans speculate that Nia is the younger sibling. For those of you that argue that Nia is the more mature-minded one, yeah, she is. But remember that girls tend to mature mentally faster than boys do. So a younger Nia acting more mature than her brother does make sense, but I'm off topic. The evidence suggests that Kai's past, being without parents and having a little sister to look after. This may explain his protective personality. Now, some may argue this only explains why he's protective of his sister, but remember, the ninjas see each other as family. Kai even says to Zane in episode 7, "No matter what you're made of, you're still our brother." So yes, this protectiveness would extend to the other ninjas and to other people. In some cases, the influence is a bit more obvious. Take, for example, Jay. Obviously takes after his parents, whether he likes it or not. You don't need to think too deep on this one. And to be honest, a lot of kids take after their parents in some way. Heck, even Cole shows some of his dad's creative side in episode 8. Not to mention, Kai's willing to admit that Cole is better than him in Sitar Legend, so chances are Cole's musical background does have some influence. Most of it is common sense in the end. If you can make a connection to a personality trait, to an event and or theme of a character's past, chances are you're right on target. Along with this, the past can also help a character in decisions that he or she makes. Sensei Wu mentions in episode 16 that our childhoods are a time of our greatest lessons. Fact is, he's not kidding. People learn best from past experiences. Take for example Cole in episode 9. Even though he didn't successfully do the triple tiger sachet when he was 7, he knew how it was supposed to be done and eventually used it as an attack rather than a dance move. We can safely assume that this past dance lessons from his father is the reason that Cole now has the grace and strength needed to become a great ninja. Now, of course, with the exception of Zane, Sensei Wu, and Lloyd, we're only given a brief look over the ninja's pasts. That's why it's lucky that this can work the opposite way. Clever fanfiction writers can look at a character and come up with ideas on what the episode hasn't shown us. Take Jay, for example. Contrary to popular belief, he did not get the scar on his eyebrow the day he met Sensei Wu. If you look closely at this image that takes place just before he crashes, the scar is still there. However, we do know that Jay is an inventor and that he's full of energy, so we can safely assume the scar came from a mishap in early inventions, or maybe an injury sustained from being a hyperactive child. On a final note, yes, all of this applies to OCs as well, which is why I said in the OC making episode to write down a bit about their pasts. For example, my character Miyuki grew up in very proper, which is why she's not as laid back as the ninjas are. And due to her relationship with her father, she's very quiet and doesn't like to bother others as much. She's even reluctant to let the ninjas help her in battle after she learns what her father's evil intentions are. So happy writing and happy analyzing the past. Next time, I'll talk about the dark side of Ninjago. God, I love past analysis. Why didn't we do this sooner? I told you, I needed time to come up with materials and examples. Just think of it as saving the best for last.